Yo, what is going on? I'm Marcus, where we do attorney reactions, but this reaction is a little bit different because I wanted to talk to all my fellow vets out there, no matter what branch you were in, no matter what your MOS was. I want to tell y'all a cautionary tale on why you shouldn't do something that I did when I got out of the military. This doesn't make a difference if you're just out of the military, you recently ETS, if you ETS a decade or more ago. It's all relative. You'll get some value. So if you're watching this, if you're a veteran, thank you for your service. If you know a vet, share this video with them because I really want them to get this information. When you're in the military, and I was in the army, I can only speak for myself, but I think that most branches are like this, especially if you're like in a combat arms unit or something to that effect. You are generally taught and conditioned to continue with the mission no matter what. So while you're in the military, you sustain bumps and bruises, you get deployed, you go to war zone, you do things for your country that other people can't even fathom and or imagine. And then doing that, you get out and you have this personality, probably like I had, where I was like, people would come to me and say, "Hey, you should apply for some type of VA disability." And literally, my reaction for years was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm happy to be out with all of my limbs. I'm not injured. Nothing has happened to me. I got friends who aren't here anymore. So I'm good. I'm straight." You just kind of say, "I'm blessed to be here," or "I'm not really hurting that bad," or "I'm okay. I've been deployed, but nothing's wrong with me." And you kind of have this same mentality of, "I'm going to keep moving with the mission no matter what it is." But you really do yourself a disservice, not only from a compensation standpoint, but from a standpoint of actually getting treatment, getting help, and getting the services that you need. For years, the only disability benefits I had was related to a physical injury that I sustained, one that I had visible scars for. But how I actually got into military benefits and getting services, I was actually sent a DBQ. For those who don't know, it's a disability benefits questionnaire. If you say you have a military service related disability, you'll go see a physician or a doctor, and they'll fill out this DBQ. And based on this DBQ, the VA will make an evaluation of, well, he has these reactions, these symptoms. This was a diagnosable illness. We can identify and verify connected to his service. So, based on this questionnaire, you should get this percentage or that percentage. And I just kind of never thought anything of it until someone sent me the disability questionnaire for post traumatic stress disorder. And hey, you're talking to somebody who was deployed in the war zone at the start of a war in 2003 in a combat arms unit. And I started reading that disability benefits questionnaire, and it got down to a category where it talked about like symptoms. And as I was reading them, I was like, wait, I do that. I do that. I do that. I do that. Then I was like, hold up. Oh shit. Like, yo, that's not normal. And the reason I thought my behavior was normal was because you kind of compartmentalize yourself. Most of my friends are in the service or are in the military. So if you are in a military bubble, people who may have exhibited PTSD symptoms that I had also had those same symptoms. So we just looked at it as everyday normal behavior. Like some of the things that, you know, you do, like, this is crazy, but it was not crazy, but I literally taught my kids from the time that they were young, if I was asleep, when they wake me up, to grab my foot or grab my toe and like shake my toe or something to wake me up, because I don't want them to come up and grab me like by the torso or the arm or something, because I know I have an overreacted startle response. I don't want to snatch one of them little kids up by the collar or anything like that. not normal behavior, not being around large crowds, not wanting to sit in a restaurant if I can't see the exit or sit with my back to the entrance. Um, those some now that is a thing of I think being alert, but in certain instances, those signs can be cues of post traumatic stress disorder. So the main purpose of this video is if you're a veteran, go see someone, whether it's a physical ailment. I had ailments that I had that I thought I don't know how they developed. I knew, oh, I had it since I was in Iraq. I didn't think anything of it. Lo and behold, it was something that's one, I can get compensation for, and two, that the VA could actually treat me for. I think the biggest thing is the mental health treatment. Over the past 4 years, I think I had two buddies who self-deleted themselves who I've served with. And because of that, we actually kind of like started a group chat. But veterans, you don't have to deal with things alone. A lot of times you think no one understands because you're the one who went to conflict, you're the one who went to combat, you're the one who may have been in firefights. And so you try to do what you've been taught to do all your life. Keep marching, keep moving forward with the mission, but it's okay to get help. I implore you to get help. I'm begging you all to reach out to the VA for services, whether it's mental health services, whether it's services related to a physical, respiratory, whatever it is, they can put you into contact with someone who can help you deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with. So it's not about just getting money, it's about getting treatment, but you should also be entitled to compensation for the sacrifices that you made and for the injuries, the ailments that you've picked up along the way. I've done the whole process on my own. I probably should have done it a lot sooner, but I did everything on my own. If you are interested or don't know what to do, hey, there's a lot of great resources out there that you can find on YouTube. That was a lot of the sources I found. And hell, if you reach out to me, it may not be soon, but I can get you in contact with certain points of contact in your area. I can provide you with just a walkthrough or some of the documentation that I had to provide for certain things that I'm dealing with. So that's all this video is. I wanted to put this out there. It's dope that I get a VA percentage and I get a check every month. But the bigger thing is that I'm getting treated for whatever it is my issues, whether it's PTSD, whether it's sleep apnea, whether it's COPD or respiratory issue, whatever it is, the number one thing is you get treated and you get compensated because you gave a lot for this country. So you should be entitled to what you're entitled to. Not on the fraud side of the game, but if it's a legit thing, you should get your compensation. Hey, I hope this video helps someone who, a lot of people get that tough guy mentality and you're like, oh, I'm good, I'm straight, but your knees hurting. And the reason your knees is hurting because you used to go on ruck marches and you were deployed and you had to carry the radio and you had to carry the saw weapon, which weighed 40 pounds plus ammunition. So just think about it. There's no need to be a tough guy. You need to be and focus on being a guy or a girl or a woman who understands that, hey, I need to talk to somebody to see if I can get help and if I can get compensated for the things that I'm dealing with. That's what you should get. I hope this video helps somebody. As always, hey, I appreciate y'all. And if you got some value out of this, like, share, subscribe, comment. Definitely share if you know a vet out there who may not be getting the services. They may have some issues. I know I told my parents, and I'm gonna end it with this. When I came back, after I read that disability benefits questionnaire and I saw all the stuff I do, I remember calling my father and was like, yo, was I like different when I came back? He was like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah. It was pretty wild like the first 2 or 3 years after you got back. It got better over time, but I mean you deal with stuff, nightmares, can't sleep, all sorts of crazy things. There's services and people out there who can help y'all. Y'all take care, be blessed. Peace.